This show is proudly brought to you by the #Me Network.
Kia ora, and thanks so much for tuning in to episode 46 of Access Granted, our weekly Kiwi tech and media podcast. I'm Raj, my background's film, design, media and technology.
And I'm Mike, and my background is explaining stuff, connecting people and getting things done.
And you're here because you're a Kiwi that either works in or has a great passion for tech and media in New Zealand.
This is episode 46, which is our regular monthly chat with Maurico Fretas and his SystemError rant. And this week, Raj...
We covered a hell of a lot, so bear with us.
There was a lot of beers going down. So we got the following subjects to listen to. Toilet phone.
Yes.
Using your phone in the toilet.
Yes.
Waterproof devices, and why aren't they? Mauricio goes a little bit fanboyish and shows off the Windows Surface 3 and his new sleek Windows laptop and all the goodness within Windows that there is. He also has a rant at the SEO and general misunderstanding about Google and that whole mobile-geddon, is that what it was called?
Yeah, optimise your site for mobile, otherwise everyone's going to just die, the world's going to end,
oh, dear.
Which is all untrue.
There was then the cowardice of internet trolls.
Yeah.
Particularly on Mauricio is the co-founder and chief administrator for GeekZone, and how it works on there. And then finally these guys had to talk about Tinder for cats.
Somehow we got to Tinder for cats and other app ideas.
So if that doesn't get your juices flowing, you're in the wrong place. Enjoy the conversation.
All right, here we go. We are a go at Studio 1, Table 1. You're sitting in Mike's chair.
I'm sitting in Mike's chair.
Typical, he couldn't make it. He's otherwise engaged, doing actual work for some reason. I don't know why. And so we're here with Mauricio from GeekZone and other things. And we're here to talk about a couple of issues that have been raised or come up on Mauricio's radar.
Or how things fail.
Yes, it's all about how to fail well, right?
Yeah, like how we fail. We have to be ready for fail.
Yes. Epic or otherwise.
Epic one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like first fail today is that I ate too much at lunch, so I can't have pizza here tonight.
Ah, no, same. Yeah.
So that's the first fail. Fail in planning.
Yes.
Bad planning.
We should have known that we're going to meet up.
Which actually leads at almost every fail in business, doesn't it? It's
you
planning.
fail at lunch. Oh, failing planning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you've failed to plan. You plan to fail, right? That cliche.
Yes, like you fail to have a plan. Even that, fail to have a plan. It's even worse than fail planning.
Yes, so if you had a plan, right?
Yeah,
you might have stuck to it. You might not. You might have failed. But if you didn't have a plan in the first place, you failed from start, don't you?
Oh,
right in the beginning.
Yeah. For example, people that come and say, "Hey, my phone died. My phone died, and I had all my photos from the last 5 years in my phone, and they are all gone. I'm gonna die."
Yeah.
And I look at the person, and I don't say anything, because if I said anything, it would be something like, "You're an idiot."
Yeah.
But reality is, look,
it happens, eh?
Backup. There is a thing called backup.
Yeah, we touched on it a while ago.
Today, people have these things ready to sync to the cloud, ready to send to the backup service, ready to synchronize to their laptops or to their computers at home, ready to. And if you still have your photos only in your phone,
you fail.
You fail. Even before you lost them, you fail.
You failed weeks, months beforehand.
Yeah, you failed because you failed to have a plan.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But one of the good things that I'm gonna say good things about Microsoft Windows.
That's okay.
So one of the
I'm agnostic these days.
Good. Okay, right. So I've been using Microsoft Windows since Windows 1.
All right. Yep.
Windows Workgroup. Windows for Workgroups 3.11 was beautiful.
Oh, it wasn't.
Windows 95 was tremendous. That music.
It was a big jump. It was a big jump from NT and everything.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Windows XP was full of rounded corners, and so, well, who cares?
Well, it was very heavy on the graphics processor, right?
Windows Vista was fail. That was a fail.
That's definition of fail right there.
I was in Las Vegas for during the launch of that. The launch and the parties, and that was all full of wing.
Oh, yeah.
But the software itself was full of fail.
Oh, man.
But,
Malware.
malware. But they did great stuff with Windows 8.1 and their recovery.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So, you have
Windows 8 itself.
Windows 8
issues, right?
and obviously after that Windows 8.1 and the update. You have a Windows 8.1 machine. If you have a machine with a recovery partition, you can push a button, and depending on what you're trying to do, you can be just back on track like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you have an option to restore your machine and get it back on track without losing your files, or completely erase everything and get you back to a fresh install. It's basically, and that's the refresh.
So it's like my time machine for Mac. It's that kind of thing, right?
Not exactly like that. You have a backup option, but this one is like, you want to have the machine exactly like it was when it came out of the box.
Oh, right. Like a factory reset.
Yeah, you click the button, and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to put CDs, DVDs. You don't have to put floppy disks. You don't have to... Well, because, Windows 8.1 comes in something like 800 floppy disks or something like this, isn't it?
I remember loading 95 on a really old machine. Didn't have a CD drive. Had 20-something discs.
Yep.
And you slowly swapped them out. Took forever. I had to rebuild it twice in the whole career of that machine.
No, but seriously.
Hated it.
I have this new HP laptop, and it's a beauty. It's an
nice.
EliteBook 1020, under 1 kilo, came with half terabyte SSD, 8 gigabytes memory at very high resolution, 2500 by 1400 touch screen.
Yeah, that's nice. It does
And
look good.
it's beautiful. The keyboard, and it's super slim. And the way that they made it slim is because, there we go, it's out of the frame, is because, for example, the trackpad, you don't have the click things on the trackpad anymore.
Oh, yeah.
The trackpad feels pressure. So instead of having the click, what happens is that by taking all the mechanics that they need to have in there to feel the click, they saved a few millimeters, and that is how they made it so thin where the trackpad is. So all this kind of stuff is really cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got the laptop, took it out of the box, and usually there's where I failed. Usually when I get a new laptop, I make sure that I reset everything. This one, I got the laptop, it was ready to go, asked for create an account, so I thought, okay, it's brand new, let's use it from here. I created the account, loaded the software that I use, and the laptop was incredibly slow. I run benchmarks.
This is out of the box.
Out of the box. And I run benchmarks, and they said, this laptop, in terms of processor, memory, and SSD, is like 4 times faster than the other HP laptop I had before. So how come this thing takes like 4 seconds to launch Chrome?
Is it installing everything at the beginning every time?
No. Very, very weird stuff.
Yeah.
So today I've done what you do when you have something that you can't fix in hardware. I mean, I test memory, I test everything. I said definitely it's not a hardware problem. So what I've done is I push the refresh button on Windows 8. But unlike refresh with Windows 7 that needed you to have the DVD handy, put the DVD, erase the partitions, and do stuff, and enter the key. Now, the key comes recorded in your BIOS chip. You just have to push the button and say, I want to go back to the factory reset, factory install thing.
That's nice.
5 minutes later, seriously, 5 minutes later,
You're back into it.
I was entering my account, and that laptop was fast but fast as in like...
So it just needed a restart.
No, it wasn't a restart. It was a reset. Anyway, so after the reset and configuring the laptop and knowing that it's fast, I create an image, and that's the backup thing that you asked about, time machine. So you don't have an icon there, but if you go to the recovery key, if you go and type recovery, one of the options is create a recovery disk. You can create that on a USB key, and the same refresh function you have on that USB key. So that allows you to reboot, and it also allows you to create an image backup of your drive, which is like if you run Acronis or some other software. So you plug an external hard drive, run the image backup, and it copies that. With that, USB key, even if your hard drive, even if your SSD fails, which means that you can't do a refresh, you can just swap the SSD, boot with that USB key, restore from your external hard drive, and you have the machine like new.
So that's half an hour instead of days.
Yeah. That's plan A.
Oh right, that's if you do it right.
Yeah. Plan B is like, okay, I just go and buy a new machine. Anyway.
First sign of failure, buying a new machine.
So what happens is that every time that I have a new machine and I configure it and I'm sure that it's working like I want or like it should be working, I create an image of this machine, because if anything happens, I have to replace the storage. I know that I can swap the storage, restore from the image, get the backup for my files, just the files backup, and good
ready
to go.
Right.
Otherwise, it would be a big fail again.
Yeah, buy a new machine.
True that.
I wonder how many users out there do just buy the new machine as opposed to give it try and fix it.
I know quite a few people.
Yeah.
I know.
It's easier now, right? But
I
way
know
back
people
when,
that-
a year ago, years ago, it was harder, right? It was much harder, and there was always a drama. And so someone would just go, screw it, I'll blitz the machine and buy a new one or whatever. Yeah.
Well, I know a couple. They have a couple of laptops, 4 gigabytes things, 500 gigabytes hard drive, and then the laptop stopped charging.
Oh.
Something happened, the laptop stopped charging. The first question was, and of this 500 gigabytes hard drive they have, they're just using like 50, 60 gigabytes because they never had data. Right?
They're not going to do much, right? Yeah, they're
So
surfing the net.
the first question was, are you sure that we haven't overloaded with information? And should we buy a new one? And I looked at it. No, I'm pretty sure it's just a battery problem. You just need a new battery for your laptop.
Yeah.
Now, are you sure we're not overloading it? Now, tell you what.
Do they feel they were
You are
flashing it a
using
bit?
only 10% of your hard drive mind capacity. No, serious, because some people have no concept of this big thing. But it is sometimes a big black box. It's a mysterious thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, I just dropped off my partner's laptop. I just set her up on a Mac, thinking, oh yeah, this will be easy. She can just duck the water, right? It's all good. The rest of her environment at her school, she's a teacher on that. So, here you go, we'll do this. And then she thrashes it and breaks it now and again. And then suddenly, I plug it in and it charges, but it won't turn on. Go to Service Plus. They, of course, had woeful service. They used to be really good, but now there's no response anymore anyway. So apparently I got some details back saying, hey, it needs a replacement trackpad and a trackpad connector. So why is that? There's always liquid in there.
Yes.
So what happened? Of course, one of number Mr. 3 or Mr. 6 must have had a go at YouTube one day with a drink and then not tell anybody. And so a few months later, it shorts out, and I'm sitting there going, "What did you do to this thing?" You know. Meanwhile, I'm arguing with the IT guys, going, "Hey, hurry up! What's wrong with it?" Find out later, it's just got a little bit of liquid in there, and it fried the whole lot. So now replacement parts. So all the crap these guys do. Well, I've calculated this. The broken phones and the old laptop adds up to buying a whole new one. All the service repairs I've done, I could have just bought a new one for myself. A nice one later on. Yeah. That's my computer, eh? Bloody annoying. They go, oh yeah, liquid damage. Oh, don't give me that. What's going? No, nothing goes in there. You know. Had a chat with everybody. So yeah, they spilled something in there. So, oh really? No one decided to tell me about it. So I'm sitting there going, rant to bloody computer service repair guy, and he goes, oh, there's liquid in it. Oh, okay. Totally shut me down.
It's a really interesting thing because liquid damage is something that it may happen straight away or may happen months down the track.
Yeah.
And then people get a phone and their phone stops working. Take to repair, and the repairman, when they open the phone, they can see there's a little sensor inside that changes color if there's water.
Yeah.
And the guy say, oh, that was liquid damage, so you're not covered under warranty, so it's going to cost you $300 to fix it. And then the person goes, I never spilled liquid on that.
Yeah.
Thinking probably that was something that happened the last few days, without remembering that probably 6 months before, it was in the kitchen and spilled a little bit of water while washing, but the problem with water is the water seeps in, the water goes away, it dries out, but it starts corroding. And once the metal starts corroding, there is no stopping, even if it's dry. It just slowly goes up until a few days later, a few hours, a few months, the corroded parts break and then you lose contacts and things start not working.
And that's what's happened,
So that's the big problem with water damage. It can be something that happens now or in years.
So this is what my whole point is in the end is, why can't we have waterproof stuff yet? When there's so many products out there that are used in water, why can't things like the phone?
Search. There is a company in the US, they actually sell some service in Australia. And basically they have this product that you send this service, you send your device to this company.
Okay.
They will dunk your device into this special product of theirs.
Right.
That according to them creates a protective layer over everything. Because it's a liquid, it gets everywhere inside your device.
Okay.
And creates a protective
So essentially
layer.
it makes it water resistant.
Yes.
Not proof probably.
Not waterproof. Water is still coming inside, but it's water resistant because even the water inside won't thing. But, and they say they do that and say it's brilliant because then they show the videos that, you get this product and put it in water and say, oh, it's still working.
You can have a shower with your phone. Yeah.
They don't tell you if this product is still working 6 months down the track, but it's still working. Anyway, well, any phone, if you put under the water, it's still going to be still working until it stops. Unless you dunk in water and take it off. If you leave there, it's going to stop really soon. But if you take it off, it's going to work for a few more. So they show that. But there are lots of reports around that thing doesn't actually do anything.
Probably just delays the corrosion, right? That solution probably just delays it.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if you had a real product? And if this thing existed, do you think that these guys would still be in business? Well,
would change.
Sony or Nokia or HTC or someone, Samsung, would buy them, get the patent, not let anyone use, and say, our products are water.
True.
Our products are water resistant. These guys would make a fortune.
That's interesting.
If this product really worked, even if no one bought them, these guys would still make a fortune because people would go in droves trying to get these things on their product, their phones and laptops. I would range my clothes on that thing.
That would be awesome. Let's be able to make a phone call while you're in the pool, under the pool. But
that's what we're expecting from nanotechnology.
Yes.
One day nanotechnology will get us there too.
I hope so. I mean, it's the simplest thing in the world. Before we had electronic devices, we had simplified electronic devices, right? And you could get a little bit of water on, and they were built tough. But now, anything has just steam come near it and it falls over. What the hell, It's allergic to steam. I just can't believe it.
Oh look, it's steaming, it's dying.
Steam, give it 12 months, it's dead. That's a terminal case for a phone. Oh no, I got steam on it, or water. That's it.
I know, I tell you what. Do you take your phone to the bathroom to read sometimes?
Oh yeah, somebody. Sometimes I do, yeah.
Somebody. Do you read me. Somebody on the phone?
I'm the one.
No.
Yeah.
So you take your phone
it's
to read?
It's always in the pocket somewhere, so...
You take it off?
Yeah.
Do you take your phone to the bathroom to read before having a shower in the morning?
Sometimes. If I'm on the Twitter or something.
And do you remember to take your phone out of the bathroom before you start the steamy shower?
Every time.
Because you don't want that steam to get inside your phone.
That's right.
See? It's all part of a plan. You don't want to crap your phone. You don't leave in the bathroom while you're having a shower. Even if you take it to read in your pre-shower routine.
I guess others don't leave it. Take it out.
I don't need to know your pre-shower routine.
I do take it out. Usually it's not in there, but if it is, it's out before the shower goes on or something, Yeah, that's just
I've heard of many cases of people not intentionally taking the phone to the bathroom to read, but having the phone in the pocket. And having the phone falling to the toilet because of, my phone was in the pocket and I just leaned over and so,
that's what they say, Mauricio. That's what they say. That's like the guy that walks into the hospital and says, I fell on this. Come on. I reckon they're still reading,
You mean the actor that says, I fell on this gerbil?
Yeah, I fell on this, chair leg. But no, you didn't. Yeah. No, you had that phone in there. You knew you took it in there.
Well, that's just nasty.
Yeah, it is, yeah. But I hear there's stats on the web of how many percentage of people use the phone in the morning as part of their routine. Check the news, clear email, whatever, in the throne room.
Do you check your emails before you leave bed?
Not always. I have.
Do you check your emails before you sleep in bed?
No.
Do you have your phone with you in
I've cleared
bed?
them by then, probably on the couch.
Do you read the newspaper in bed before you turn off the lights to sleep? Instead of having a book, you have your phone.
I do. I'm listening to podcasts actually.
So that I do that too. I have the phone with me.
Yeah. It is on.
Even though the Fitbit here got an alarm, I use this instead of an alarm clock now because it's silent. In theory, it's silent, but the buzzer, which is supposed just to buzz in your arm, is so noisy that my wife gets like, whoop.
So she gets up, slaps you. That's your alarm.
Yeah. Right.
Turn that damn phone off.
Yeah. So I have my phone. I read my phone before turning off the light, as I would read a book.
Yeah.
And in the morning, before I get off the bed, I read my phone to see if there's any urgent messages, like, is anything that I really have to do? Hey, I run a website.
Exactly.
We run 24/7. We have hundreds of posts, thousands of posts every day, and we have people that report posts and things that happen. And every morning I wake up and say, is there something wrong with the site? So I look at the message to see, is there any alarm notification that came? If there's nothing, then I turn off and then I can go and do my stuff. I mean, it's just a sad life, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you gotta learn to step away from it too, eh? Sometimes I'm still there on the phone. Could be midnight, I'm still doing something. I mean, I managed. That's the technology that how far it's come, right? I was doing a whole bunch of stuff on the phone that I used to do on a laptop. Things like sending files to clients, things like that. I can do all that on the phone now. So you're glued to the thing now. This happens to be the lifestyle. It'd be nice to step away now and again, but
Brenda! Sorry, I was calling someone who was just going around the room here.
That's alright.
She didn't see. She was too paying too much attention to her drink.
She might have seen you and just not bothered to come over.
Thanks, Raj.
There is that scenario as well. Anyway,
I'm gonna tweet her.
Good idea. So yeah, that's the saga of the laptops and technologies and dryness issues in general.
Wait a minute.
No problem. The whiskey's good up. We're on.
Okay, we are back.
Yes.
Raj paused here while I was sending a tweet because instead of me getting up and going to her table and say, "Hi, how are you?" I just sent a tweet saying, "Hey, I'm here, come in here," which is not very gentleman. I'll go and talk to her later.
Which is easier. Sometimes it's easier just to walk over there, right?
I know.
Sometimes it's easier just to do the phone.
I know. So strange. Anyway.
It's the world we live in now, eh?
I know. It's
We're
a
all
big
mobile.
word.
See the whole Google thing, the mobile responsive site criteria?
Bloody SEO spammers. There is a big thing. Every text site or paper going around saying, "Oh, mobile again." If you don't have a mobile site that's mobile optimized, you're gonna burn in hell because your site's gonna drop from Google. No.
Just on the mobile.
No. It's just the Google mobile site search.
Everyone can calm down now.
You can all calm down. If your site, if someone is searching for your site on the Google desktop, your site that's no mobile optimized, you will still have the same relevant thing. If someone is searching on mobile, that Google will give priority to mobile-enabled sites. Obviously, you want to be there too, so you have to do work. But your site is not going to drop entirely from the entire Google.
That's right.
So stop with the word is ending, SEO spammers.
That's the first thing I got asked today. We spent all this time on SEO, right? So that's good. Good on you. Is my site now disappearing from Google? I said, no. Well, first thing is no, it's not. You've done all this work. They're not going to penalise you for doing all that work, right? also they're probably just too much hassle for them to do all that. And all they're worried about is mobile search. They stipulated that in their announcement.
They say Google announces mobile search, but every single article you see, they talk about your site's going to disappear from Google results. And most of these articles come and end up quoting some SEO specialists that are very happy to provide a service for you to keep back on Google without saying that you're not going to die.
What would be smart is Bing jumped on it and said, yeah, it's going to die. Come to Bing. That would have been the perfect time to pounce.
I've heard Bing is the perfect Google. I was going to say the perfect search engine, but I was going to almost say Bing is the perfect Google for porn.
Is it?
I never use Bing.
Yeah.
Which means I never search for porn. But I've heard
on Facebook.
But I heard that if you want to find porn, Bing is a lot better than Google.
Bing, bada Bing.
Bing is a better Google than Google. For porn. Anyway.
Oh, you know, you got to have a niche market, right?
Let's talk about niche.
Yeah, niche.
Anyway, so that was one.
That's been a funny rant or story that's gone sort of nuts in the last couple of days. Even just around the office. Is it going to be a problem? I had to do something, funnily enough, I used Yammer to do it. Internal message to go, hey, everybody relax. Your mobile search is effective, but your regular search is not effective. Because they've all read the same articles and going, my clients are going to ask me this question, what do I say?
I know.
Yeah. Funny. But that's the way, Yammer. I know. It's an interesting product.
Have you used Slack?
No, I'm trying to convert the current powers that be to consider using it instead of Yammer.
Why is that?
Because Yammer's just balls. I'm sick of it.
Are you sick of Yammer?
Yeah. But the Yammer guys I met last year, they were great to talk to. They know their stuff. But I think the way we use it is not the way it's intended to be used. Something like Slack might be better suited. But I'm still umming and ahhing, still doing the research. But right now they're all used to Yammer, but not much activity, They don't get on it.
Well, it's the people that don't get on it, isn't it?
It's probably easier to do, right? There's some easier way for them to just jump on.
I remember people going around saying Yammer is Twitter for business.
Yeah.
Like saying blah is Uber for blah.
Yeah.
Or X is Tinder for Y. Someone came to me to say, I heard someone say, we should create a Tinder for pets. I said...
If no one saw that, but I did a face palm.
A Tinder for pets.
Tinder for pets.
Perhaps those pets would use it.
And the pet owners would use it, or the pets use it. How does that work?
I think the pet owners would use it. Find pet partners.
Pet companionship. Interesting idea.
Pet breeders.
They already have their own networks, don't they? They don't know each other if they're in that industry. But if you're talking about just every Joe, Schmo, cat owner wanting to get their cat some.
Yeah, well, I have that nice, beautiful Persian cat.
Yeah.
I don't want that cat to get into activities with some, low life
or some
cat from a cat from behind the alleys.
Yeah.
I mean, these cats behind the alleys are no good.
No, they're the bad boys.
What can they do?
Yeah.
Nothing.
They don't do much.
So I want to get a very high-end other Persian cat for this.
So you want elite singles for cats?
Like a singles for cats. Tinder for cats.
Tinder. Is that something you're working on at the moment, or you want to?
I can't possibly say.
Oh, you heard it here first.
But I'm not working on
that. Patent pending. Yeah, that's right. No one else have a go. It's your idea.
So that was the thing, the backup thing. The other thing that I was thinking of today was about the mob mentality.
Yeah.
When we used to see this mob mentality, all these people carrying pitchforks. Yep. Let's burn the
fire
witch.
And pitchforks.
Let's burn the monster. Let's burn,
Yeah.
And
still happens a lot on The Simpsons.
It does happen a lot in real life, or actually not in real life. It happens a lot in online life. Someone say something, and then you have those two big brigades one that's like fully supportive, the other one is fully against,
Yeah.
and they crash, and
They get quite fanatical about it, almost religious. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
It is, and people that you think, people you would probably say, in real life, if they were face to face, they would never say anything like that to you.
Right. Yeah.
But on an online situation,
Hiding behind their computer.
Twitter, Facebook, or on an online forum like Geekzone, this guy will just go mad.
You must see this a lot on the forums.
I see, and the thing is that mob mentality is also a thing that's interesting. When they see that one side is not going to give way to the other side, they look for an arbitrator, in our case, myself as an admin in forums or one of the moderators, and say, these guys are not being nice, you have to ban all of them. And I say, well, tell you what, I'm pretty sure that they think you are not being nice and they want to ban all of you. So, because someone has a different opinion than yours,
Yeah.
you think that they should be burned in the stake.
Yeah.
Reality is, no, you're gonna live with that, because that's how we live, isn't it? We have to, where my rights end, where someone else's rights begin, and I have to live with others. So deal with it.
Yeah. Well, they expect
Unless-
judgment. I guess you put in the middle. You meet in the sandwich.
If someone comes to me and say, hey, someone is being disrespectful, and here's a post where he calls someone names or do something like this and this, yes, okay, I'm gonna ban that person because of the
nature
what's
of it.
done.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ban that person because you don't like the opinion. For
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
That means there'd be no one on the forums. Everyone's got an opinion.
Exactly. I will have an empty.
I'm sure forums were geared up to, address people's opinions.
If we have everyone
Voice
with the
people's
same opinion in the same forum,
Yeah.
imagine how boring that place would be, or imagine how dumb that place would be.
man.
Because if everyone thinks the same, it's just a dumb place.
Basically, instead of having, say, the city of Auckland, vibrant, diverse opinions, you'd have a glory vale. No opinions, nowhere, no time, never. That's the difference, right? You'd have a closed-off society that has no real opinion, or they all agree on the one opinion, and no debate at all. There's no fun in that. And I bet you the same guys who say, yeah, kick these other guys off, in 5 minutes they'd be bored, wondering where the hell are the other guys? I need to argue with somebody. So yeah.
Exactly.
Funny old world we live in. But see, it gets really, really bad on things like Twitter, where there's, mass number of people, and one person does something silly, or just voices an opinion. They may be valid, and then everyone just starts smashing them down, it's kind of nuts. And sometimes it becomes news. How does bullying and bullshit become news somehow?
The most interesting thing is that I'm getting used to see our news sites, like websites like Stuff and New Zealand Herald. Now they have news in between quotes, items, where they say, baby photo from Auckland goes viral. Or a story about a newlywed couple from Martinborough goes viral. Blah, blah, blah goes viral. As if going viral is newsworthy, that everyone should take notice, and everyone should have something of, fuck's sake, I don't fucking give a fuck.
Hey, even Mashable does that. They send me an email now and again saying this story is about to go viral.
Who's that?
Mashable.
Oh no, but Mashable wants to do that because they wait for. But newspaper, because they don't say yet that their story is going viral, so you have to read it.
Yeah.
But they go and say, this cute puppy story has gone viral on Facebook with more than 300 likes. Oh, for fuck's sake.
And they don't have anything else to report on in the whole day.
No.
They've got nothing else going on.
So anything got more than 300 likes on Facebook is viral.
That's the story.
Come on.
That's the problem with our mainstream media. That's what gets me going about mainstream at all. It's just, there's no journalism left. It's all gone. They outsourced it, and then they closed it all down. Examples of, deleting, firing a whole bunch of sub-editors at Fairfax, for example, So you wonder, well, how do they find news? How do they report it? How do they write about it? And there's just regurgitators on stuff, It's pretty sad, really. Yeah, that could be a whole different podcast, that whole mainstream media rant. That could get intense.
Minutes.
So, we found another news story that's about to go viral.
Sorry.
That's cool. I pause it so it's easy to edit later.
Sorry. Apparently someone got some problem that I had to answer something, but because I didn't answer, it's their problem still.
Oh, I'm using that. That's awesome. Because I didn't answer it, it's still their problem. It hasn't been pushed over to me yet.
Until I answer it, it's not my problem.
It's them waiting for a response. So it's still their problem. I love it.
That's the problem with emails.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's going on until someone answer you and say, yeah, I know about it, or I'm doing something about it. Until then, you're in the dark.
Yeah.
Emails, obviously, people have to realize email is not a full duplex communication tool.
No.
You send an email and you have no idea, you guarantee the person received
It's a
it,
request
read
to
it.
chat. It's not a chat.
No.
Email. Yeah, that's a whole other rant as well. We've got a couple of rants we can save up for next time.
People that you send email to and don't reply to email, people at work that sends you an email, you respond immediately and the person doesn't respond at all for the next week.
Yeah.
Or people that say, I need this data urgent, and you reply, do you want me to give this in what format? And then you never get a reply. They are so
super urgent.
They are
the next
in
day.
super urgent need of this thing that they can't even be fucking bothered to reply to you how they want it.
So if people that tell me if it is that urgent, either they'll get off their ass and walk over to you or phone you if they're in another city.
I know.
If it's that urgent, right? But most people just flick out an email, hope for the best. Hope for the best.
Now, email communications is a complete file that requires a lot of big rant.
Yeah.
You're right. It's like, why? Why
That's a
people
big one.
bother?
I hear people still even now, even after things like mailbox or better ways of running your email system, people still declare email bankruptcy. Even now, even after all this, they'll just go, no, that's it, I failed, completely failed. That's the ultimate fail, isn't it? Not being able to do anything. Delete everything and say to everyone, I didn't get all emails, let's start again. Well, that's just enough. You know, people get to that
really
stage where I guess they ignore problems or messages for so long that it becomes bigger than it was on the day they could have replied. So it becomes a big problem. Imagine that, that's just enough. So we'll put a pin in that one, and we'll just go nuts on email next time round.
I think we should.
Yeah.
I think email is the big
Maybe
problem.
some alternatives that we can come up with for email.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
We can complain about email, say where this shit has gone wrong.
Yeah, we need a solution
and
too.
then say what we use to fix it.
Yeah. Only problem is with email is it's universal and it works on everything, whereas a lot of the solutions don't, right?
Exactly.
But we can get into that next time.
That's right.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, what's the time? Oh, yeah, we're about half an hour.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with without a pizza break, that's pretty good. You got everything in there.
I'm feeling so full that I can't even think about the pizza that I wanted to have.
Yeah, I know. It's up there on the board.
I was just looking. There's always a board looking at us. A board with the pizza list.
Not this time. Yeah. All right, thanks again, Mauricio, for your time.
All right, thank you.
And let's crack into email next time.
That's a good point.
All right.
That's a good one.
And that patent's yours. Tinder for pets, that's yours.
Tinder for cats.
Oh, for cats.
Yeah.
Oh, you're very selective, just for cats.
You can do the dogs one.
Well, I figured you just do any animal and they could figure it out from there.
Tinder for elephants. I'm gonna sell that in India
Yeah.
or in Sri Lanka.
Camels.
Camels.
Chuck that out in the Middle East. India, yeah. Donkeys.
Tinder for horse in Spain and England. Yep.
I mean, the opportunities are endless. The whole
I
animal
know,
kingdom
we
there, you know.
can do anything.
You want a gorilla? We got a gorilla for you, no worries.
Tinder for goldfish. Hey, we matched yesterday. I don't remember you.
Yeah, that's right. Every day's a new adventure with a goldfish Tinder.
Hey, we matched moments ago. Really? I don't remember you.
Let's have another chat. So you're just swiping the right way every time. You've never seen them before. And on that note, we'll say goodbye. Thanks a lot for
Thank you.
listening.
Bye.
Right. Find us on the social networks, of course. Look out for our podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Google+. It's still going, right? Google+, yeah.
It's still going. Google's I.O. conference is coming up. Probably, I've got soon, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure there'll be announcements. Photos will disappear after photos. Hangouts is already Hangouts. The stream, I don't know.
It's up to them, right? They're running the place.
Yeah, well,
we just get to use it.
Yes, exactly.
And you can find myself, NZ Raj, on the Twitter as well, and Mike at Miramar Mike. Or you can email us at accessgranted@hashtagme.co.nz.
And please don't forget, send your listener photographs in for our Patreon video that we need to do. That'd be great. So tweet them to any of those Twitter handles or the access granted at #me.co.nz
And
email address.
they may get tweeted, retweeted. So,
We
they
will.
go in public, right? So
Yeah.
careful with the pictures, people.
Yes.
Hey, and all for the other hashtag goodness, such as the updates and news and prizes, much, much more, go on to #me.co.nz. Thanks for your time, and see you next Tuesday with the Kiwi tech people sharing their own stories. Ka kite anō.
#me.co.nz